I love making veggie egg scrambles. And today in my garden, I have kale, collards, and spinach. So I'm going to use that. And also just a few other vegetables, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, some herbs, and some jalapenos, optional, of course. So let's get started. I'm going to chop up some green and red bell pepper, give that a good chop. And I'm also going to cut up an onion, give that a good chop as well. And I have some spinach here, give that a rough chop. That'll be the bed of the egg scramble. Here's some cilantro. You're going to chop that up pretty good because it's going to be sprinkled on. And also, here's some kale from my garden. And kale just grows so beautifully here in Minnesota during summer, of course, not winter. But I like to chop off the stem, and because it's so bitter, it has a bitter taste. So you don't really want to eat that in your veggie scramble. But if you don't mind it, go ahead and eat those stems in your veggie scramble. I'm sure it'd be fine. But also, your collards, chop off the stem if you don't want that bitter taste. And then you can save those stems for later for like a water refresher drink. Don't throw away those stems, just consume them by themselves because they are packed with a lot of nutrients. Here's some tomatoes, give those a chop, and some jalapenos, give those a nice mince if you can, but those aren't for everyone, those are optional. And so here's displayed all my beautiful vegetables chopped up, ready to go into my veggie scramble. So the first thing you're going to do with this veggie scramble is get a big pot or a pan and enough to make a lot. I like to make a lot, and so I can freeze it for later. So I'm throwing in water the red and green bell pepper, and I just kind of blanch that in water. I don't really like to overcook my vegetables, so as soon as that water is all cooked out, sometimes you may need to dump the water out, but you don't want to, just destroy your vegetable nutrients. So just make sure that color's still good and it's still pretty hard in the middle. You don't want to kill it. So then I'm going to add butter because I'm going to put the egg mixture in, kind of spread the butter around. Maybe not use a knife because I just made that screechy noise with the chalkboard, the nails. Anyway, so I did pour my egg mixture in. Put your pan on like medium heat. Make sure you tend it really well or else it's going to burn at the bottom. Just move around the eggs till they're all done. For this one, I sprinkled on some cilantro and just kind of gave that a good toss. I love cilantro, so if you love it, here we have the bed of the kale and the collard and the spinach. Then I put a layer of the egg, or a good layer of the egg, and then onions, tomato, and then more cilantro on top. I also put some Swiss cheese in there. I didn't show you that, but that turned out great. This is my son Josh's plate. Also, don't forget to add your favorite hot sauce. Really takes the flavor to a whole new level. Enjoy!